Hi guys, it's nice having you back on my channel, AJ Live, on problems in marriage and likely solution. I want to appreciate all the viewer and as well the subscriber. I did really appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed, I will employ you to please subscribe. So whenever we're putting in another video, you can always get the alert. And I'm so sure you're gonna gain one or two things that really do your marriage a favor. Today we're gonna be talking on one of the 3 points I may mention before, the major problems in marriage. Today we're gonna be talking about money, the finances in marriage. Finances in marriage. There are a lot of things that needed to be considered when it comes to finances in marriage. I think in my previous recording, I remember I made mention of a couple probably having a joint account to run the house. I know this might not really be applicable back home in Africa, but the Western world, it is very, very important because to foot the bill on ground, husband and wife has to work and come together to foot the bill. So there are so many factors that has to be put into consideration when it comes to finances in the house. I think the first I'm going to mention is what is yours, what is mine, and what is ours. This has to be very clear. It has to be well explained within husband and wife. In a situation whereby husband and wife is having a joint account, so definitely when individual contributed what they're supposed to contribute into the account, whatever left to the husband or the wife is what they can determine on, maybe as their own as an individual, or maybe they needed to do any other thing if they still want to contribute part of it. But individually, they have control over whatever be the leftover after meeting the responsibility in the house as husband and wife. And on this ground, the issue of what is mine, yours, or ours has to be well explicit between husband and wife. They needed to sit down and make sure they agree on amount of money that has to go to the joint account for maintaining the house. So when we're talking of the house, we are talking of the bill, the children, the food, and some other stuff in the house. So whatever left over is not left to an individual, the husband and wife, to determine what they want to use it for. If anybody want to invest his money, if you choose to use your money in buying stuff or whatever, or settling debt or whichever way, then that you can clarify as yours. Another thing that we're going to put into consideration is personality. When we are talking of personality, we are talking of habit. Habit in spending. There's always a conflict when it comes to personality, especially conflict between a saver and a spender. If any of the couple happen to be a saver, probably planning for future, and the wife or the husband happen to be a spender that love to shop around, buy stuff and some other stuff like that, definitely there will always be a conflict. So to make that happen, husband and wife needed to really talk about it. And whoever cultivate the habit of spending anyhow, I wouldn't say it's a bad habit, it depends on the individual, but might need to check it so they can have a balance within the marriage. So that won't be bringing problem into the marriage. The habit of spending and saving. If you happen to be a saver, that might go a long way. It might be you are saving probably to invest, or maybe planning for retirement age and some other stuff, or planning probably in having a separate account for the children for their future, or whichever way. But if these things I'm talking about is well explicit, the husband and the wife and husband seated and talk about it properly, I think it will be better and will really save the marriage. So whoever having the habit of spending whatever comes his or her way or left over to him or her, within having the plan of saving, I think I wouldn't completely say it's a bad habit, but has to be checked. So it's good to be a saver. At least you have a certain percentage you save out of the money you earn on monthly or weekly basis, because the Western world here, especially in America, people get paycheck every 2 weeks. So I think the habit has to be checked. That's all I'm going to say about that. When we are talking of debt, people got a lot of debt, especially when it comes to the way people are living in the Western world. That is not the habit back home. But in the Western world, it's easier. You can't even live without debt. But you can manage and control the debt. So you don't go into debt that will mess up your marriage. But one good thing that is clear is that whatever debt you carry into your marriage is yours, it's on your own. You don't share it or you force it on your partner. Whatever debt you carried into the marriage is your problem. You have to look for a way of solving the problem, paying off your debt. So you don't share your debt with your partner, because that's going to cause a lot of conflict in the house. It's going to let you know, I don't know why you spend the money. I don't know what you use the money to do. How am I going to be paying for it? So it's not going to be part of the money in the account to settle. So it has to be your personal own problem, and you must find means of settling it. Unless your partner want to be of help, so that the family can have a new grand footing. Probably it might assist you to fast track in paying off the debt, so you guys can be able to start afresh. But that has to be that has to be an agreement between the couple. Another thing we're going to consider when it comes to finances is power play. What do I mean by power play? Sometimes situation might warrant it. If the situation warrants it, that probably maybe the husband or the wife is earning than the other, which is normal. Sometimes one might be earning more than the other. So the understanding has to be there. You should not use that as a weapon to oppress your partner. And it should not be enforced on you that you have to contribute more into financing the house, unless you agree to do that. So in a situation like that, I believe whoever has the power, the play power, that have the opportunity over the others, they has to go. I mean, has to see it as a grace and not as a weapon to oppress his or her partner. Especially if one comes from a wealthy family, you might want to use it as a weapon to oppress the other. That's a power play in the marriage, and it's not going to work well with the marriage. Even if you have opportunity, you have a better opportunity, you have upper hand than your partner, try to be submissive. Bring down your ego. Let the family be first. If you make family first, it'll be easier. Even if money you contributed to finance the family is not sufficient, it won't be a problem for you to support, so the family can live good and the family can be together. So we don't allow money as an instrument to disrupt our family or the relationship. So it's very important in a situation like this, the one with upper hand has to calm and be submissive so the marriage can stand. It's very important. Another thing I would like us to consider, this is even very much important in this discussion. We are talking of children, finances on children. Raising children is not easy generally in marriage. We have to be sincere with ourselves. Even though there might be a loan on one way or the other for the children, maybe for schooling or probably to do one or other things, but one thing you needed to understand is that even if the children take loan, he or she gonna pay back. And you don't want to play a grant. You want to leave a grant for debt for your children. There are many ways. Even aside schooling, they're gonna eat, they're gonna wear clothes. You want to raise them to be healthy. Even before couple get married, this is supposed to be, to me, which I believe supposed to be one of the things that has to be on table to discuss. You look at the present work you are doing, the situation at hand. For you can even decide, you can plan. Yeah, what is paramount is changes. Anything can change anytime, which is cool. But one thing that you needed to know is plan on the present situation. Okay, with our level of income, what we are earning, the situation in the country, we don't want to have more than 2, 3, 4 children. Depends on you. You plan on the present, and if things changes in the future for good, fine. But if you plan on the present, you can be able to manage yourself. You have to put the children into consideration, especially in marriage. That's the first thing that needed to be put into consideration. Along the line, maybe at the courtship level, then the discussion comes up. We want 2 children, we want 3 children. And you believe maybe your purse can carry like 4 children, fine. But plan on the present situation. Don't plan on the future because you don't know what the future is going to bring. You plan on the present situation. If the changes come positive, fine. Good luck. So you'll be able to give the children an healthy life, good education, and make them to enjoy life. So it's very, very important. So once you can be able to take care of the children, you see them living good, that creates an happy family. It won't be a pressure on you or your wife or whichever, because already everything is in plan. That's very important. The another thing I want us to put into consideration is extended family. Especially African, we like to cater for our extended family, like our parents, sisters, cousins, and some other stuff, if the ability is there. But one thing that is most important, for her to be sincere with you, the immediate family, your parents. You have to put your parents, both sides, on plan. You put them on plan. It can be part of the plan of the savings you are making, the contribution you're making every month to cater for them. And whatever be the leftover you are having, if you have a cousin, sisters, brothers that you believe you can give a helping hand, fine. It's cool. It's cool. But don't let the issue of family or extended family to erode your immediate family. Don't let them bring conflict into your marriage. You don't allow it to bring conflict into your marriage. It's good to cater for your family. It's good to cater for your extended family, I mean. It's good to give helping hand if the grace is there. But make sure whatever help you are given does not affect your immediate family. But people you cannot avoid outrightly is your immediate parents. Talking in terms of your mother, your father. It is normal you needed to cater for them, so they can be part of the plan. Part of the account you open, the contribution you're making, maybe on a monthly basis or every 2 weeks, so they can be part of the plan. So maybe you need a plan of giving them certain amount every month or every 2 weeks, as it is convenient for you, that will not affect your own. Because when you have peace, when you are happy, that's when you can give, you can extend assistance to people. If you are not in the good terms, definitely it's not going to work. Reason why you have to put, especially your parents, into plan is that it wouldn't be maybe the time you intended to give a helping hand to one parent, then the other will be requesting for the same thing. But if they are already in line with your plan, you always catering, you always cater for them. So that won't be a problem. It won't cause any problem. That area will have been settled. But when you want to take care, maybe you want to help your brother, your sisters, cousin, whichever way, it's a thing you can both agree on, or you do that from your purse, out of leftover, or you. I think it's very important. Money is one of the weapons that has broken so many marriages for lack of planning. The understanding has to be there. The greed has to be set aside. Like I mentioned the other time, you don't spend lavishly. A couple needed to plan for future. You don't think of present alone. You think of future. You plan for future. Our retirement stage, what are we planning towards it? Do we need to invest some money for future purposes? Invest some money because of our children's education? Invest some money, probably, when you cannot work any longer, at least whereby you can be getting some things to live as a family, to survive individually or as a family. All those things have to be put into consideration. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. I believe every one of us, we might have learned one thing or the other on this very program. And like I always say, I will appreciate if you are getting back to me, at least pass comment. Let me know your view. Make contribution. Like I always said, make contribution. That's going to really help. I'm never a therapist. Like I always telling you, I'm just an individual that much concerned about marriage and the problems. Much concern about how homes are getting broken these days. Much concern about how we can keep our homes together. So everyone contribution is very, very important. Everyone contribution is very, very important. Pass a comment. Let me hear on your side. What do you think? Or I missed anything you believe you want me to make mention of? Just send it to me. Send it to me at ajlive65@yahoo.com. ajlive65@yahoo.com. I want to appreciate everybody for staying behind to watch this channel. I thank you all, and I pray that your home will never go broken. And if there's any home that are passing through one trouble or problems or the other, share it, make it anonymous. We can discuss it. There must be some things you cannot discuss with anybody. Some things you are managing on your own. Share it. We talk about it. And I'm sure it's going to really be of help to you. Once again, I thank you all, and I see you next week.